The day begins as all days do, the sun rising in the east. The sounds of birds begin to spring to life, welcoming all those who have greeted the day. An alarm begins to sound off, and Charles, close by, slowly begins to arouse from the sounds.
Arouse? Oh man, I'm very aroused.
Arousal is not only determined by one member of your body. It's
okay.
arising in the waking.
Okay. Well, I'm aroused now, so.
Charles lives alone in his apartment, trying to start his day knowing that he needs to get to class. And yet something occurs to him. He changed his alarm time last night. He's late for class.
Fuck, dude, I'm late. Well, fuck it.
And with that, Charles quickly grabs his jacket, does a light brushing of the hair, and heads out the door. Not even locking it behind him, because who would even dare to think that he existed in this place? He'd spent so much careful energy hiding who he was. He made his way out the door, down the stairs, and on the street where the world greeted him in a way that made him feel very uncomfortable. Cars zipping by, people passing, and yet he had to exist in this moment to get to where he wanted to be. Where are you heading there, Charles?
Heading down to the, local library. Then I might
Seven-
hit the cafe afterward.
7 blocks. He knew it well, traveled it almost daily. This was his routine. Under the pretense to his parents that he would be going to school, getting good grades, achieving goals. Once again, he found himself avoiding life's determined moments to go get another book from the library.
Man, this book looks great. I'll take this one.
Charles spent a lot of time in the anime section, grabbing mangas off the shelf, and today was a day where he picked up a particular manga that just hit the shelves. It's a complete mystery if this writer even has any merit to what they have to offer. The title? My Isekai Dungeon.
They didn't really make any other good manga, but I'll give this one a shot.
And so Charles goes over to the library desk, hands him his card, borrows the book, and walks away.
Walking on down to the cafe.
2 blocks to the north. A simple stroll compared to what it took to get to the library. And yet his favorite place. Somewhere he could be himself and alone. The door has a bell attached. As the door swings open, the bell rings off, and up looks the clerk, a young lady looking to be probably 23 in age. Hello, welcome again. Your seat's available right over there.
Oh, hi. I'll just go sit.
Will you have the usual today?
Yeah, I will.
Charles makes his way over to his normal booth, and she begins to make the same brew he had had for the last 3 years. Once complete, she brings it over, sets it down next to him, gives him a warm smile, and walks away, knowing it makes him very uncomfortable to have to say too much.
Charles is just... he's flustered right now.
Who are we switching to? We'll switch over to Cadus.
Alrighty.
What's that noise?
It's Aiden.
Wait, y'all can hear that?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, I'm sorry.
It's a constant connect and disconnect.
I didn't realize it was playing through them. I'm sorry.
What's your character's name, Cadus?
The human one?
Yeah.
Roman.
Roman.
Yep.
Alright. Roman woke in a darkened warehouse. A place he had stayed so many times before, having been an early runaway, and someone who turned to crime to fill a void within himself. It wasn't really something he really chose out of the compulsion to do, but rather the necessity. It didn't take long until a friend of Roman's popped out of nowhere. Hey, what you doing?
Sleep. What do you want?
Listen. You gotta hear me out here. It's been a great haul this month, alright? So, but in order to really top it off, we gotta do one more hit.
All right. What you got?
So there's like this coffee shop, right? And it's causing a little problems for the real estate business over there. They just want us to go in there, cause some problems, and make the owner think about shutting down. That's all we gotta do. Obviously, by we, I mean you.
I knew it was too good to be true. Fine. I'll do it.
Alright. He hands you the address in a neatly wrote letter, piece of paper, and he just walks away. You know what to do. Get it done.
Finally, he can write decent. All right. Let's go to this place.
You emerge from the warehouse in the poorer side of the city. The sunlight hits you pretty heavily. The cloud coverage is not right there. It's probably about 1 o'clock in the afternoon by this time. You slept in a little bit, but it's okay. Not like you have any real responsibility right now.
Man, really wish there were some clouds out here today.
You pull out the letter one more time from your pocket, look at the address. You've got a good feel on which way to go to get to what street, and which side of the street's going to have the odds or the evens on the address numbers. So you quickly make your way down and find yourself standing outside of a coffee shop. Glass windows. Get to see right through. Young woman behind the counter. Maybe 2 or 3 patrons.
Doesn't seem too packed. Alright. Get it done.
Mustering up your courage before doing something that should be second nature by now, you walk through the door. That doorbell sounds off, and a sound from behind the counter. How's it going? Welcome to the shop. How can I take care of you?
Let's see how much money I got. Fun. Very little. I'll take a water cup.
Oh, that's fine. We don't really expect people to pay all their money out here. Just go ahead and sit down in any booth, and I'll get your water over to you.
Perfect. I'll go take my seat then.
He goes over and he sits down. You can see that there's a gentleman over there in the corner, sitting by himself reading a book, sipping on a coffee. There's a lady back behind him, just some random woman. And then the woman behind the counter, obviously. Going back to her taskings, grabbing the water and brings it over, sets it down, offers a smile. Enjoy. Let me know when you're done. And walks away back behind the counter.
Alrighty. Now, figure out how to close this place.
The place itself is rather nice. It's well kept and clean for being in not so great of an area. It seems to be something of a attempt to return humanity back into an area that had not been so welcoming.
This might be a little bit more challenging than I thought, but nothing I haven't done.
Dannon, wake up.
What?
You gotta get going. You're running behind.
Fuck.
I get it. You just got in from your flight last night, but you gotta get up and you gotta get moving.
Yeah, shut up. No need to belliger me about it. He'll get up and start getting dressed, and then he'll go out the door. Where will we need to go today?
You can't sit around all day doing nothing, okay?
Shit, where do we have to go?
Which character is this again? I need to look at the sheet.
That's actually how you say it. It's not on the sheet. Remember, it's in the chat. That's the one that wouldn't send.
All right, hold on. Gaston. All right. You gotta get down to the site there, the building site. You know, boss ain't gonna be happy if you're late again.
It's only the second time this week.
Yeah, well, he's really looking hard down on people because he's not making budget and time frames are looking off here. He's gonna start looking for somebody to blame, and it's not gonna be him.
It should be. He should probably get off his ass and do shit, but whatever.
Just you know, go down there, get you a coffee, wake up, and get to the site, man. It's no big deal. I can definitely get him to back off a little bit. It's just as long as you go good for a couple weeks here. I need you to do a push here.
I know, but this fucking time change ain't helping me. But whatever, I'll go. He'll get up and leave the. He'll leave the room and then he'll go to a nearby coffee shop.
Once again, you find yourself standing in front of the coffee shop right across the street from the construction. Seems to just be a small coffee shop, nicely put together, big glass windows. And inside, you can see several patrons and a woman standing behind the counter.
This doesn't look too bad. Why not? I'll go here.
You go in, doorbell rings. Kind of do a quick acknowledgement of who's around and where they're placed. The woman looks up. Welcome to the shop. How can I help you?
I'd like a large black coffee and a bagel, if you don't mind.
All right. You want the bagel hot or cold?
Hot, please.
All right. I'm sure you're in a rush, so just go ahead and take a seat at the counter here. I will get you taken care of and get you off on your way.
Alrighty, thank you.
She begins grabbing the coffee together and puts the bagel in the bagel warmer. A short time passes, and then, she sets the drink down in front of you. Moments later, setting the bagels down in front of you with some cream spread on the side.
Fuck yes. Thank you.
No problem. Let me know when you're done, and we'll square everything away.
Alrighty.
And then we'll move over to Pickle. No, Habla.
Yep. You got my DM right? The giant paragraph.
Yeah, I needed to focus on... Alright. Kenneth. Is that the correct enunciation?
Yep.
Kenneth was awake today before any sound of an alarm, before any parents stirring around. He was good at keeping on time and on task. Today he had gotten lost a little bit pre-getting ready for school and had taken a moment just to himself to really dig into a subject that he had taken interest in recently. Sat back in his bed, reading through a book, and then the alarm goes off, telling him it's time to stir for his day.
Oh, I turn off the alarm.
You can hear a woman's voice down the hall. All right, Kenneth, breakfast is ready. Whenever you're ready to come down.
Pack my bags, take my laptop, and so slowly make my way downstairs after getting ready.
You reach the bottom of the stairs, and you can see down the hall directly into the dining area. Your mother is sitting at the table in front of a plate, waiting for you to join her for your morning routine of having something to eat before heading out. Your father at the other end of the table as you come into the dining room, sitting there reading a newspaper, smoking a cigar with a nice glass of scotch. Both well-respected parents within the community and both justifiably respectable. Your mother motions for you to sit down, and as you do, so what do you got planned for today?
Probably finish this new topic on quantum physics I'm reading on. It's really interesting.
Oh, that sounds like a deep subject.
Yeah, especially the greatest thing is about the Heisenberg uncertainty principle. Really interesting.
Oh, okay. And she, acknowledges in her own way that she doesn't really know what you're talking about in this field, but she's sure that whatever it is, you're really putting your all into it, as you've done with so many things before.
All right. I think I'm done. I'll just grab a few bars and I'll head on out. You guys.
All right. And you guys sit there for a minute. You get your couple of bites, kind of in a rush, and you run out the door. Where are you heading?
Finally. I'm out of that house. I exclaimed to myself. And
As
then
you-
I'll head
As
on
you climb out of the house, you notice the sun is just now coming over the peak of the houses and the buildings. It's still early. There's a little bit of a nip on the air. Cause you to have a little bit of an effect on your skin from the goosebumps that arise.
the fresh smell of morning, always lovely.
And it really was. The grass had been recently cut. You get that nice moistured cut grass smell in the air. It reminds you of early spring every time.
Yeah, this is nice. And I'll slowly stroll towards school. Guess.
And while you're traveling, are you still reading up on your subject, or
Well, not really. More so just enjoying the scenery.
All right. And you're looking around, and as you walk down, the school's several blocks away. You'll notice a park area that kind of captures your attention, a couple of shops, and people moving about. As interesting as it is to watch people and kind of gauge what might be going through their heads and take those little guesses at what motivates people in the moment, all of a sudden you hear a noise, screeching tires, a horn blasting. A truck is barreling right at you.
I freeze for a couple seconds and then try to move towards the sidewalk, like more towards the sidewalk away from the road.
Roll acrobatics.
Oh, okay. On my character?
Yeah.
Shit.
Wow.
Yeah. So you know how I got isekai.
In the moment you were taking to notice everyone around you and all of that was happening, kind of get inside your head about the thoughts of who was who and why they did what they did in those moments, you would fail to keep track of where you were in your walk and were entering a crosswalk where the light was green for the oncoming traffic. The bus that had been coming at you was at a full 45 miles per hour at this time. You tried, after pausing for a moment, to get out of the way, and yet your leg instead just stopped, shaking in terror. Moments before the bus hits, and I mean milliseconds, a hole opens up underneath you. A glossy black hole with no signs of life or remnants of any energy or anything. And in an instant, you drop down into the hole and are gone into a void as the hole vanishes.
Right. Aha! I don't know.
Pickle,
Yes, sir.
it's supposed to be a normal day today. You've got your mission. Your team's expecting you to be there. Your day had just started. It's been a long week, and you're expecting it to get longer, as trouble will soon rise up in the Middle East. You know that this is going to cause your group to get involved, and that's going to cause you to put yourself in harm's way. But for now, you're here, home in the States, and you have a moment to collect yourself and enjoy what life has to offer. How would you like to begin your day?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and get up out of bed, start my first coffee of the morning brewing, and look at my calendar, find out what I have on the agenda for today.
The day is actually kind of full of events. About 9 o'clock in the morning, you're supposed to head over to the gun range, get some practice rounds off. And then about 11 o'clock, you need to head over to the library to do some research on the areas you're going to be going to soon. And then you had it down for a 1 o'clock lunch over at the diner.
Nodding at the calendar, I go ahead and grab my coffee that's now done brewing, take a couple sips of it, and revel in the warmth it provides my body, and jump in the shower real quick, clean up, dress up, head out the door.
You emerge from the house about 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. You still got that nice nip on the air, the fresh cut grass from the park across the street. You can hear a lot of commotion right down a couple blocks as a truck driver seems to be having an existential moment outside of his truck.
Raising my curiosity, I turn towards the ruckus and start to jog that way.
And as you get closer, you can hear the man. I don't know where he went. He was there. I had to have. What is going on? How do I? And the man is seemingly distraught. He doesn't understand how whatever worked out here worked out, and how he's exactly going to explain this. Should he explain this? He doesn't know if he's going to explain this. It's just going to make him sound crazy.
I kneel down and look underneath the bus. Don't see anything, obviously, and look around. Some bystanders are there. I notice a couple are on the phone, presumably calling for 911.
Should I even stay? I mean, is there something to report? No body, no crime, right? That's what they say on TV all the time.
Listening to the bus driver and not seeing any bodies or objects he must have run into, I'm going to go ahead and set him down and presume that he might just be drunk or on drugs.
And the bus driver is distraught enough that somebody takes a lead, he's going to follow. So setting him down, it kind of reassures him a little bit and puts him back into a mindset of what just happened. Did it happen? Maybe nothing happened. Did I see it? Am I going crazy?
I'll be right back.
Can you explain to me what you seen?
Oh, sir, yeah. And it's like he just, for the first time, noticed you. You set him down physically, guide him to the bench, and set him down there. This moment where you engaged him was the first time he acknowledged that you existed, and he didn't even realize that you had sat him down. So, I was driving. The light was green. I was going, and everything was fine. And then all of a sudden, a kid appeared from around the corner. I hit the brakes. I came to a complete stop. I expected a thud. He tried to dodge. It doesn't look like it went well. He tried to dodge me, though, and out of nowhere, there was never a thud. I threw the car and parked. I climbed out. I started looking around, and no body. It's like he just vanished. Or maybe he never was.
Glancing back over at the bus and clearly not seeing a body on the ground, I nod to myself and tell the bus driver, maybe you should just sit here until some authorities get here and you can get checked out.
Yeah, that might be the thing to do. He kind of just stares off, kind of in his own head, disengaged again.
I go head over to one of the spectators or whatever and see if they can keep an eye on him. I have an appointment at the gun range. I need to go unload a couple rounds.
First person you go up to is a younger lady. She's got her camera out. She's recording, just kind of chuckling a little bit. And she's like, I'm not going anywhere. This guy is fucking crazy.
Outstanding, ma'am. Can you go ahead and make sure he doesn't get back on that bus and drive off with all those people?
I mean, I'm not going to make a promise or nothing, but I'm sure somebody will do something.
It seems fair. There's enough people around. I think that'll work.
Yeah, that's cool. It's fine. By this point, she's got her phone just fully locked in her vision, zooming in on the guy, talking to her live stream that she's got going. You fail to be an existing moment. Your watch catches your eye. It's getting close to time for that first appointment.
Nodding at my watch or myself, I start to jog off the scene and head towards the gun range.
Cadus,
Yes.
what are you doing at the shop here?
Just minding my own business.
Don't you have a task?
Yeah, I'll get it done. Give me some time.
Your cell phone rings in your pocket.
I wonder who's calling.
You look down and you notice the number to be your buddy who woke you this morning.
Hold on, I gotta take a call first.
You answer the phone. What are you doing?
What do you mean?
It's nearly noon and nothing has happened.
Calm down. I like to take my time with things.
The people who are paying us are not paying us for patience. They want action. You need to get this done.
Alright, fine.
The phone line hangs up.
Alright, let's get this done.
What do you do?
Can you remind me what the task is again?
You need to do some kind of ruckus, something that causes this woman to question her ability to exist here as a business.
Alright. I walk up to the counter. And as I do so, I pull out a knife that I always keep on me.
The woman turns around, kind of half not noticing, and starts to say, "La shank?"
I think that's what she should say.
She turns around, not really paying attention, expecting you to come up to pay your bill, and she says, "Oh, are you all set? Do you want to? Oh my God, what? Why do you have a knife in here?"
Listen here. You're in my part of town, and we got some buddies of mine, and I have some stuff we need to do here, alright? So if you just comply with us, you'll be able to go home scot-free.
She starts shrieking and scared out of her mind. She doesn't know how to deal with somebody who's coming at her with all this hostility and these ultimatums. It's driving her down her femininity, where she's just balling up and screaming and wanting someone to help her, pulling the attention of all those who had entered before.
Alright, everyone, listen up. I'm not here to cause harm to anyone. I'm just here to conduct some business, alright? I need everyone here to exit the premise now.
There's 2 other party members in that store at this moment.
So,
Bitch.
as this is happening, Charles is looking terrified right now.
Castone will just look over, mildly intrigued.
All right. You could be looking
Well-
over at this moment and you see a man holding a knife. He's holding it at a woman who is now terrified for her life. She'd never been in this situation before, never even thought it was an option. Outside, a man walks up, trying to make his way quickly to his next appointment, and suddenly notices from the corner of his eye some actions that are questionable through some glass-paned windows.
The hell is going on in here? Reach for the door and swing it open. Reaching behind my back for my gun, I realized I had left it on the counter at the house.
The door swings open violently, the bell ringing off, falling off of the hook where it's perched, hitting the ground. All attention turns to the door.
So, as the door
Hey, you.
opens,
Scram.
as the door opens, Charles is gonna get up and grab the closest thing he can find, and try to hit this guy who's trying to who has the knife.
Huh. You wanna fight back, huh?
All
right, then.
Give me an unarmed.
Yeah, let me.
It'll be a fist. Oh shit!
Does that beat your armor class?
Yeah.
All right. So as you're distracted by who came in through the door and the presence that obviously carries some weight with it, you're turning over there to be like, get out of here. I don't need you here. You're just getting in the way. And out of nowhere, a man picks up a towel holder, one of those little ones that you keep on the tables where your towels and napkins are held so you can clean yourself up afterwards, and smacks it across your head. Are you going to retaliate?
Yeah. What the hell was that for?
Give me. Okay, so does that beat your armor class there?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
All right. So as you're feeling kind of, oh fuck, what am I doing? And the pan dings off his head. He kind of goes downward, but as he does, he swings up with the knife, jabbing it right through your gut and doing a slice across because of the weight of gravity throwing him downward. It cuts more area than it actually intended to. And he never truthfully intended to cut you in the first place. It just ended up being this way.
Fuck this. Oh, okay. So Chaz, quick question.
Yeah.
Do I use a bow in place of a gun?
Yeah, it's a projectile, which is
Okay.
just it's your D20 with your dex.
Cool. So I'll pull out my gun at this point and just point it at the dude who's doing all this. Like, dude, you just need to get the fuck out of here, all right? Like, there's no point for you to be here. Why the fuck are you here? So just get out.
How about you get out first, and then I use intimidation.
Roll intimidation.
That was a nat
Obviously.
one.
I got a nat one.
Obviously, you regain your stature. You stand back up. You have a man look you over and tell you, listen, with a gun pointed at you, you might want to get out of here before it gets more serious. And somehow you're so lost in what's going on that it's like you hold up your knife like, no. You're going to get out of here. And he kind of looks back at you like, this is not how this is going to go.
I'll give you one more chance. Get the fuck out, or I'm gonna shoot you in the head.
Oh, but this time he's on the ground, bleeding out.
You might want to help this guy here first.
I'm sure the military dude who just walked in can do that.
The only problem with that is, as I came crashing through the door, all this happened so fast, and all I see is you with a gun and a guy bleeding on the floor. So my attention is now turned towards you.
Fuck. Okay, I guess I deserved that.
And while you're
don't
bleeding out guy.
I look to the guy at the door. Hey, you want to help me out with this guy? With the gun?
not really taking any time for assessing the situation, just reacting, I'm going to go ahead and start charging at the guy with the gun.
I'll start charging as well.
So you guys don't know how great it is it worked out this way because it plays right into the story.
Jesus.
Your rolls and everything just made everything work the way it's supposed to. At this moment, a giant circle illuminates the ground that had not been there before. And slowly, within the circle, you can see pentagrams and pendulums and runic symbols. Things that had only been mentioned in comics and animes, TV shows. The circles spin and spin, and within them, there are other circles about the size of a human body, 5 feet in diameter. And they slowly, one by one, lock on to each person, like a Stargate dialing in an address.
Oh, hell no.
What?
Get me the fuck out of here.
You find yourself unable to move. The ruins, you can feel yourself being dragged down by gravity. It's increased in this space.
What the?
I'm going to be visibly confused and concerned and try and jump out of the way.
Same.
In the attempt to jump, you actually end up falling to the ground with your feet barely leaving a quarter of an inch of the ground. You had expected yourself to fly forward, except you went straight down.
Shit.
Are we on the goddamn sun?
And in this moment, everything stops spinning. The light grows brighter.
Sheet.
Alright, who summoned a fucking demon?
All of a sudden, the spell takes effect.
Now.
Spell takes effect, and you're all grabbed into another dimension. Darkness envelops you, clouds and clouds of darkness. You almost feel nostalgic in these clouds, almost as if your soul remembers them.
What the hell?
Why does this feel familiar?
And each of you gets sucked out of Earth, out of the place that you'd always known. You find yourself landing on an area that is filled with stars. The ground doesn't even exist, but it's still the ground. You're able to find purchase. The gravity that had limited you a moment before is gone. And you find yourself standing there facing each other. Obviously, Charles is still on the ground laying down bleeding, and his blood is just gliding across the ground that doesn't exist.
What kind of Skyrim fucking loading screen are we in now?
I'm gonna look at the
Fuck,
guy with
dude.
the gun and ask him what the hell he did.
I didn't shoot. I didn't do shit. This
Yeah,
dude
you
over here
did.
with fucking knife guy. Look at that wound. That's not a gunshot wound. That's a knife wound.
Somebody out.
That might be a knife wound, not a gun wound, but how did you bring us here?
I didn't do shit. This is a fucking 6-hour MPX. What the fuck am I supposed to do with a gun?
Still dying over here.
Are we now in our fantasy characters?
No.
No.
Fine. All right, whatever. Hold on. I'll holster my gun, walk over to the dude who's bleeding, and start applying pressure to the wound.
Does anybody know first aid?
Yes, actually, I do.
God, is this really how it ends?
No, someone give me their fucking shirt, and I'll use it as a tourniquet.
I ripped
I
my
can't-
shirt off gladly.
Oh, God, I'm gonna die seeing a shirtless man.
Thank you. I'll take the shirt and wrap it around his torso to act as a fucking pressure. What are they called? You know what I'm talking about. Tourniquet. There we go. As a tourniquet, and hold the blood in and lessen the bleeding.
Scratching my head. I'm not sure we're supposed to put a tourniquet on his chest.
Yeah, well, it's the best thing I can do. You have to apply pressure for it to stop.
Would you have to roll for medicine for that?
I suppose that does make a little bit of sense as I look around and see nothing but stars and a floor of blood.
All right. Well, here's another question. Are you an EMT?
No.
All right then.
Funny enough is that this man now wants to question the credentials of a man who's been in combat. Doesn't realize who it is he's talking to in the first place. He's seen his fair share of death, his fair share of miracle moments. Charles's eyes slowly close as he takes his last breath.
Well,
Fuck,
that guy's
man.
done.
Damn it.
Dead sound.
A faint glow encompasses his body.
All right. What the fuck? I'll back up and walk away from him. What the fuck is this bullshit?
Backing up as
He
well.
begins to float 4 feet in the air horizontal. The
Oh,
blood
hell
that-
no.
What?
blood- The blood starts to back away and go back into the body.
I've never seen shit like this on the battlefield.
Wait, what? Battlefield?
1942.
All right. You're cool. I like you. But what the fuck am I looking at?
Can I roll a something to see if I can figure out anything?
I would say-
Perception?
Yeah, I was going to say perception or investigation.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and roll a perception.
12. So, you guys hadn't really taken notice because you were so fixated on what had just happened, who was around, and who was the fault. Oh my god, there's a guy dying. What are we gonna do? Can I trust these guys enough to do something for this man, or do I just need to let him die so I can protect me? And then, the normal actions start to take place where you each drop your guard enough to start helping the one who's dying. Only too late, because his life is now taken. His body starts floating in the air, glowing ever so lightly, as a being walks right past Tannen.
What in the shit?
Against the starry background of infinite space, this being just seems to be an outline of the same exact structure. Just infinite space within infinite space. Holding his hand out at the one who had just died.
I'm going to take a swing at this dude because it's not human.
The f am I watching?
I'll take a swing as well.
Roll?
Uh,
Gonna be unarmed. From each side, Tannen and Williver both take the chance and opportunity at this new being just now being recognized to take an attack. Both punches seem to hit a barrier. They're unable to make purchase on the being itself. The being looks side to side, kind of acknowledging you. And without any emotion, any way of knowing, there's no facial features, no eyes, no mouth, no nose. It's just the outline of a human body, a humanoid type body, casted against, the background of infinite spaces. You still get the perception that it's disappointed in the actions you took. As Charles's body slowly vanishes, disappearing into nothingness, grains of life essence going up into the air, and then a light flashes down, circular, spreads out, and comes down almost like, and the only way I can describe this is like the Power Rangers when they fucking teleport.
I'm going
And
to try and
all
take
of
a step back and say, what the hell? Who are you?
All of a sudden, Charles is standing there, but now he is no longer human looking. In fact, he's got pointed ears.
Dude, I'm back.
your ears.
I'm gonna
What
try
about
and
my
run
ears?
I'm gonna try and run in the other direction.
Wait, that guy stabbed me.
As you're running in the direction away from everybody, you find yourself now being teleported off the edge of where you were over to the other edge, running back at them now.
What the fuck? This is basically fucking Skyrim.
I look at the guy who I just stabbed. I'm like, hey man, I was just following orders.
Told you it wasn't me.
I feel like I've seen this in a manga once.
I'm just going to stand there confused as shit.
The being points ahead of it, and you get the notion that it wants you guys to stand before him.
Let's do what this thing is tells us to. Or
Wait, if y'all couldn't punch it, hold on. I'll pull out my SIG.
As you pull out your SIG, it begins to heat up red with a glow and melt away into the ground.
well, nice one, Captain.
Fucker! That was a lot of money. I liked those. I liked that.
God damn.
The metal slowly evaporates into nothing.
I'm going to see that, and I'm going to go ahead and move over to where he's pointing.
Oh, I'm gonna do the same. Because fuck that.
In your heads, you can hear choices you've made. They're not the best. The path you were meant to walk is not the one you've been given. I need you all now to change and become something new.
Hey, I think I already changed enough. I got pointed ears now.
What is up with those pointed ears?
I don't know.
Yeah, have you noticed them, man?
They're quite pointy.
What's your race?
What is my race? Dwarf.
Dwarf with pointy ears?
I couldn't find a good dwarf. This is what he looks like, other than like
I could be a half dwarf.
Yeah, half dwarf, half elf.
that works.
Forbidden child of love.
Explains the actions.
And the voice again inside your heads. You have been remade. You have been made anew. A race unknown to you. Half dwarf, half elf. though your characteristics still lean heavily towards dwarven. And in that moment, a hole in the ceiling of what is the room, basically, of infinite nothingness, opens up a blackened cascade of light that shines out purplish glows, and a man falls down through the hole, landing upon the ground that doesn't exist.
Oh, who's this?
Dude. We're not alone.
I'm going to use passive perception to see if he has non-human features.
Who?
The new person that just appeared.
No, he appears to be still human.
Okay, so I'm going to ask him, who are you?
Habbo, that would be you entering into the arena.
What?
The hole popped out of the room, and you fell out of the hole and landed on the ground. That is what is considered a ground in this place.
Yeah, I'm like, what? Where am I?
Who are you? How'd you get here?
That's a question we've all been asking ourselves for the last 39 minutes.
What? I mean, the last thing I could remember was like a truck or a buzz.
No shit, I seen that bus driver.
You didn't make the appointment. The voice in your head. I couldn't let you just keep wandering away. I had to bring you.
Excuse me, Mr. Voice, my appointment was for the gun range, not nothing.
You were where you were supposed to be.
Was I where I was supposed to be?
Absolutely.
Fuck,
All
I'm
of it.
supposed to be.
Am I dead?
I knew I belonged at that cafe.
Death is not a concept here. You were all brought here by purpose. You serve a higher purpose.
Since the voice is now responding to me, I'm going to go ahead and ask him, the hell's with the dude with the pointy ears? That doesn't look, that's not okay.
As I said, he's been reborn.
We don't
What?
have to keep.
There's a
pointing out
dude
my
with pointy ears?
I'll be right back.
Look, it's not that big of a deal. Everybody has pointy ears. Maybe. I don't know. I've never seen my ears before.
Well, you don't look like you did when you died and glowed and disappeared and shot yourself out of a beam.
Well, I don't know. Who's this guy? Who's this figure? Huh?
Hey,
Let's ask
can
that.
I exclaim, my hands, both of them. Hey, can someone tell me where the fuck are we?
We're all wondering the same thing, man.
This is where all things begin. A place where all things come into being. You've been summoned here because
This
the
is
last
great.
ones failed, and I need a new team.
Is this the upside
Team?
down?
This is Power Rangers.
Pre-Big Bang? What?
The world I'm going to send you to has been fraught with a new evil.
Oh shit, are we being isekai'd? Dude,
It's almost
love
like
that type of
book.
anime.
Looking over, I ask, what is isekai?
The fuck if I know.
What you see is where you go to another world after you die, and
My character gets the realization he got isekai by Truck-kun.
It's slowly dawning on me that means we're
Yeah.
dead.
sometimes you get cool powers, and it's way better than the actual world, and yeah, it's just
In,
awesome.
in truth, only he died. The rest of you were summoned here
Fuck.
through
Man,
ancient rites.
Fuck this.
So what is it that you're needing us to do? You said there was an
No.
evil.
The world I'm going to send you to had been cast upon an evil that is harder to defeat. It seems to be able to move from host to host. I will give you the blessings you need to avoid that while defeating it.
Wait, you're telling me Busboy didn't die?
I was able to summon him before the bus hit.
Oh, but you couldn't summon me.
The
while I was
name's
bleeding out.
Kenneth, by the way.
I was already in the
Right
midst
now.
of casting my spell. I could not change it.
That stab hurt, you know.
Make smarter choices.
I'm
Next time,
sorry about that, man.
don't melt my gun.
Your gun will not be welcome where you're going.
I want it.
You'll have to adjust to the new way of things in this world. A world filled with dragons, magic, and
No
beings
shit,
you've
like
never
the comic
known.
books.
Like I said, it's like an isekai, you know.
Wait, actual magic?
You mean I'm going to Diablo realm?
Look, when we get back, I'm gonna have you guys sit down and watch some anime.
With
Fuck
all
anime.
of these references being hurled at him, and he has no real concept of anime, Diablo, or any of it.
Rangers.
All he knows is that you exist in a world that lacks magic, and he's sending to a world that has magic.
Dude, I bet I'm like some cool a wizard or something.
Your soul chose your contract. Your contract. Please. Think now status.
Status of what?
Status?
And as a thought of the word status enters your head, merely because he spoke it, in front of you appears what is like a screen of stats on who you are and what you're becoming.
Fuck! It says I'm a bard. God damn it!
The fuck is a ranger?
What is that?
Can I get a redo?
I'm a paladin?
At
Like
least y'all
characters
got new
more.
jobs.
Wait, if I die again,
Good guy now?
do I get a do-over?
This is the role that your soul chose. There's no do-over. There's no
What the heck?
second chance.
Finally get isekai'd into a world and I'm a bard.
The fuck is a bard?
I'm gonna send you in different
It's a
periods
nerd.
at different points.
How does this technology work? More
Each of
interested
you
in
will
the
have a new
transparent.
life with a new family. There's no technology here. This is outside of your science.
Science is not a outside of. Science is a thing that the entire universe works off of. Same with
Perhaps
math.
how you knew it in your world, but it no longer exists here.
I guess science was our way of making logic of things. Now we
Yeah,
just
I
got
guess so.
magic. Wait, what's the catch here?
There's no catch. You start new lives, you have new families, a new chance to be something different, to reach your full potential.
Ah,
All right, sign me up.
Each of you will be reborn into new families. You'll retain your memories of this life. You won't
And-
gain them back until you reach the age of 10.
I just came out to be a ginger.
Again, your soul created this moment. Each of you has already agreed to this. I'm explaining this out of kindness. That I had no reason to even present myself to you.
Okay. I'll stop complaining. At least I don't got freckles.
So you mean I'm gonna look like a dragon for the rest of my life?
Well, you would see on your stats that your race is marked down as Dragonborn, but you wouldn't know what that means.
Well, I'm ready for this thing. Let's go.
Okay.
You said we gotta
In front
help some people? That sounds good enough for me.
In front of you appears a giant purple gate, reminiscent to the video games or movies that you'd seen where they had teleported between places.
Pee break.
Everybody take a moment. Go ahead and go do a bio.
Oh,
Imagine if we just left the recording like this, and it was just like all of this was still in.
That would suck.
Yeah. Everyone, go do a bio. 5 minutes of silence.
But I think I did one. Chairs.
What?
Bio for like fantasy.
Oh no, that's not what he meant.
Bio break is going to the restroom.
Yeah,
Oh,
doing stuff
bio
that
break.
that your biological body needs.
Oh shit. Thanks.
Yeah. You haven't obviously done stuff like this before.
I am
It's
back.
normal.
Mhm.
Are we still waiting on anybody?
No.
I'm here.
Here.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So the portal appears before you guys, and before you can even think about moving towards it or whatnot, each of you who has not changed into the new you so far experiences the same kind of glowing light enveloping your body and transitioning you into your future selves. The voice, this will allow you to remember each other the way you need to come together again in the other world.
Wait, what's this exactly? You guys have like any contact information or something?
Yeah, you can reach me at 252-639-1340.
In the recording, you hear just a bleep.
Right.
I reached down in my pocket for my phone to see if it's even there.
No phone.
It
You are-
writing down his
And
number.
actually, what you find is a pouch at your side now, carrying daily rations or things that you'll need on your daily adventures at the time you become 10.
Would you look at that?
Hey, look at that. There's a short dude.
Hey,
What? I can't help that I'm how tall? 6'3", 6'4"?
Jesus.
I don't know. I'm just towering all over all of y'all.
Are the
Yeah.
Each of you,
me.
are the
each of you right
dragon
now are seeing yourselves as you would be at the age of 10. Armor, equipment.
is the
each of-
dragonborn a race? So I mean, like I can't understand what you're saying now.
Oh shit! You're right. We can't send each other. We can't. Wait. Do we all know common?
Everybody knows
I-
common, but you
Yeah.
are inherently speaking your language of birth.
I don't even know.
Thank you.
I don't even know what draconic sounds like.
It's described in the book.
Language.
I know that, but like, I don't know where to start. How to talk it.
That's okay. For the game's purposes, you just say, I'm talking Draconic right now, and then you say your words.
Okay.
So then you need to notify that, because you didn't realize it, that you had a new language, but it was inherent in you to speak that way. You have to now make the conscious decision to speak in a way that is common tongue.
Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and start talking in common. Can y'all fucking hear me now? Or I guess understand me.
Yes.
I do now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Confused at the lizard person speaking common.
I'm not. I looked down. Oh, I guess I am.
Yeah, you are a lizard, man.
Fuck
You're
you.
just lizard man, bro.
Maybe your eyes are deformed too.
Just because I can only see vertical and I can't see beside me doesn't mean I can't fuck you up.
Is Cadus, what's your race?
I am a half elf.
Oh, damn.
Hey, look.
You also have pointy ears.
Yeah, look. Another pointing ear motherfucker.
Hey, at least I can see accurately.
Fuck you. What about Pickle? Pickle, what's your race?
I am straight human.
Wow, me and Pika are the only humans here.
That means you have no advantages or disadvantages.
And you guys can see, if you have your status windows up, you can actually see each other's status windows.
Interesting. You guys stayed human. That's
Yeah.
disappointing.
Fuck. The fuck is
What race
Once
is
a human,
Kyoto,
always
real
a
quick?
human.
Kyoto? I think he's the half dwarf, half elf.
Yeah, both have those.
Yes, yes.
His dwarven genetics take priority, though, in his makeup. He just has, the pointy ears that kind of make him elven.
Shut up, short fuck.
I'll have you know, I'm like probably 4 foot right now.
Dwarves are shorter than that. Do you realize that?
He said, "Among my people, I am tall."
Yeah, the elf really helps out with the tallness.
Yeah, right, Shruti.
The fuck is an elf, anyways?
Oh, you got a lot to learn.
Oh dear God! I don't play. The only game I play is Diablo. The fuck is all this? I know what a paladin is because that's a crusader. You're a crusader.
Holy Crusader.
You'll have one more join you later.
Wait, what?
What?
He
Watch
was
it be
running-
another human.
She was running behind schedule.
She?
And
Oh,
so-
we can fuck somebody?
I nod.
Again, no emotions, as this being doesn't care for things like sexuality or human trait.
Oh, we gotta wait
Behaviors.
for her to get hit by a truck or a bus or something.
I wonder how she enters into the world compared to us.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to get this show on the road. Starts walking towards the gate.
Remember,
Same.
at 10 years old, you will meet at the Hillshire.
Oh,
Hillshire. I should write this down somewhere.
I guess that's my. I don't know what the fuck I just did.
Oh,
Yeah, all right.
So when we meet, how much are we getting for this? This is probably a quest, right?
no, this is your purpose.
What?
We just got created. Like we just got level 1.
Thought this would be like a video game. I
don't like how close y'all are to me. Get away.
When
Get
I
away.
send
Get away.
you, when I send you to this world, you're going to be reborn from a baby into your respective families, and you will experience life all over again from a new perspective. And you won't even regain your human memories until you're 10.
So I won't. Will I remember everything that happened at this moment?
When you're 10,
Oh, but I'm not human right now.
you haven't gone through the gate yet, which will place the seal on your memories.
I like my memories. Well, actually, no, I don't want to remember my ex. Let me through.
I guess I did have a sad life before.
Who put the fuck? Who moved the gate? Actually, I actually liked the idea of the gate being there and spectral. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Woo!
And one by one, you all begin to enter the gate, sealing away your memories, your moments, your thoughts, your feelings. All those you had left behind no longer exist within your head.
Oh yeah, I won't remember what it's like to get stabbed with a knife.
And seemingly in the next moment, you're all reborn into your families, except one. One of you somehow escaped the whole premise of being reborn. One of you was cast forward at the point at which all of you are 10 years old, landing upon a battlefield that had just been fought. So each of you at this point have been reborn into families growing out of eggs or climbing out of your mothers. But one of you is cast down on a battlefield. Not what you were expecting, Tannen.
Hope it's not me.
Oof.
So you do remember what it's like to be stabbed. Well, I guess we gotta wait, because Tanen's gotta do some shit and we can't do anything.
We do have to wait because now we need to wait for the other player to begin the other stories.
Ah.
hmm
Dang it.
I am Victoria.
On the next, to be continued on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Right.
Fucking Pickle's character wakes up on a battlefield, finding himself surrounded by bodies and armors and himself even dressed in a new way that he had not known before. ahead of him a tent. And looking important, too. Trying to remember who he was and what happened. Something's foggy. Something's there, but not there. Almost like his memories are struggling to get back out because he didn't go through the rebirth process.
It hurts.
Who am I? Where am I? A letter in his hand addressed to somebody.
Looking down, I read it. See if there's any clues. Realizing suddenly I can read it.
What's that name it's addressed to?
Tannen. Maybe that's my name.
Is this who I am? It's gotta be. I'm holding the letter in my hands. The tent ahead has some movement, which kind of envelops the feeling of maybe I can get answers.
I'm going to go ahead and head towards the tent.
Reaching the tent, the guards suddenly take a stance of defense. Draw their swords and spears pointing at you. Who are you?
Whoa, guys. My name's Tannen. Just looking for some answers, trying to figure out what's going on.
Cannon?
Yes.
Huh. Inside, now.
Well, all right.
They circle around you as you get to the entrance of the tent to make sure you can't flee away. And you enter, noticing a couple of guards, a well-dressed man with swords at his side, standing above a man who's seated in front of a table with a battle strategy sprawled out ahead of him. What have you brought me today?
I've brought this note. And I pull the note out.
Guard, fetch a note. And the guard next to him reaches across, grabs a note, hands it to him as he begins reading. Oh, the new recruit. You shall join the fight. If you stay alive, that's on you. If not, that's on you.
Sir, if I can ask, who exactly are we fighting?
Stop playing games with me. I don't have time for this. And he waves you away. Get to your bunk.
Yes, sir.
And that's going to be the lead up